Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of NFL Election. The goal for each team is to get the most electoral votes, which are the same as points. The top 4 teams with the most electoral votes will advance to the next round. Before we start, I just want to say thank you to Political Excess for the inspiration. You should check out his channel. His channel does spinner battles with real presidential candidates. Now let's start with an example spinner, which won't count for any points. So whoever wins this will be getting 0 points, but just for the example, the Falcons will win, and they'll win the state of Alaska, because that's what we're going to be doing first. So in this scenario, they get the 3 points, but it's just the example, so it doesn't count. But now we're going to do the actual Alaska, which will give 3 points to whoever wins this. And the Jaguars will win Alaska, so they'll be getting 3 votes, 3 points, whatever you want to call it, and we'll go to Hawaii, which has more than Alaska. They have 4 votes, and I think that will be the 49ers who will have 4 votes. So they'll be ahead of the Jaguars, but since both teams are the only teams to have scored, right now they're in the top 4. We'll spin to Washington, which has 12 points, which is more than the first 2 combined, and it will be the Rams. Of course, the Rams win Washington and take the lead. They actually won their round 1 game by a pretty decent amount. They were, I think, in the 140s mark, and the Falcons will win Oregon, so that's 8. That is pretty good for them. They actually qualified to the next round by 1 point over the Panthers. You should watch that. It literally came down to the final spin, but California will guarantee next round basically as long as you keep it up with other spins, and the Chargers will win California, so that's 54 points already for them. You can see how big of a chunk that is on the bottom part of your screen, and the Rams will win Nevada, getting 6 points for them, but the Chargers winning California, it not fully guarantees, but it basically does guarantee to the next round. Idaho is up, and the Rams will win Idaho, so that's 2 in a row for the Rams. And knowing the Rams, they can probably go 3 in a row. Can they win Utah? They won't. Ooh, that was close. The 49ers won Utah there, and they just stole it from the Rams. The Rams will be able to get 3 in a row. Montana's up, and the Rams will win. So the Rams have 4 states already, and we haven't even hit 10 states yet. And the Bucks win Wyoming. That just leaves the Colts and the Cardinals to be the only 2 teams that haven't gotten any points. Can one of them win it here? This is the Cardinals' home state, so they will have 2 entries. Remember, each team gets 2 entries on their home state, and that helps the Cardinals because their second entry actually won them the state of Arizona, their own home state, so they'll get 11 points, and Colorado has 10, and the Colts, the other team that haven't gotten any points, will win Colorado there. New Mexico has 5 points, and that will be going to the 49ers. Currently, every single team from the West video that advanced is all in the top 4, but that could change pretty easily, and North Dakota will be going to the Chargers. The Chargers really needed to win another state, even if it's North Dakota, because right now they only have California. They hold a pretty sizable lead, but the Rams are probably going to catch up. The Falcons win South Dakota, and I think that will put them tied for 4th place. So now they're tied for the top 4. Remember, the top 4 advance. The 49ers will win Nebraska, and this is just Nebraska at large. And the 1st district of Nebraska is up next. It only offers 1 point, but it will be going to the Rams. The Rams really need any points they can get, because right now the Chargers have like a pretty good 30-point lead. The tiebreaker between the Cardinals and Falcons can be broken if one of them wins these districts, but the Colts will be winning the 2nd district of Nebraska. The Colts make it a 3-way tie for 4th place at 11 points. Can one of them win the 3rd district? No, it'll be the Chargers, who right now are in the 1st place position. The Chargers hold a 31-point lead over the Rams, who don't even have 31 points, and the Buccaneers will win Kansas. The Buccaneers really needed that one, as they haven't won since Wyoming, but the Jaguars haven't won since the first state they'll be spun for. Oklahoma has 7 votes, which will go to the Jaguars, who haven't won since Alaska. That was huge for them, and this will still be huge for them if they can win Texas, which has 40 votes, and it will go to the Rams. The Rams, who I've been talking about this entire time, about them winning, doing so good in the West video, they just won Texas. They currently hold the lead over the Chargers as we spin for Minnesota, and that will be close. The Chargers will take back the lead over the Rams by 1 point. These two teams are separated by 1 point, and they're both from LA. I think the Los Angeles teams are doing pretty good at getting the people in the United States. The Cardinals will win in Iowa, breaking that tiebreaker. Now they go into 4th place. Missouri has 10 votes too, and that will go to the Bucks. And I think the Bucks might actually take over the Cardinals for 4th place, and they do. The Buccaneers are actually in 3rd place, and it's the Cardinals and the 49ers tied for 4th. The Jaguars will win Arkansas. I don't even know how many points they have. I'm pretty sure now they have 16. They're 1 point behind the tie for 4th place. Louisiana is up next, and the Rams will win. So that means they go back over and take over the Chargers' lead. And wow, these two teams are going back at it, back and forth. Wisconsin has 10 points, and they'll be going to the Jaguars, who now move up into 3rd place. They are so behind the Rams and the Chargers, but I mean, at least they're in the top 4. Illinois is up next, 19 votes. This will be huge for whoever wins it, and it will be the Jaguars. The Jaguars are trying to catch up to the Rams and the Chargers and be another powerhouse in this game. Kentucky is 8 votes. And the 49ers will break the tiebreaker over the Cardinals, and they will take into the 4th place position. That battle for 4th place is really close. The 49ers currently have it, but anybody could win it with Tennessee. And the Buccaneers will take over the 49ers. So they'll take over their spot, and they'll go into the top 4. Oh, that's close. That's super close. And they will. The Colts will enter the top 4 after winning Michigan. Now they lead over the Buccaneers by 2 points. Can they win their home state of Indiana? And they won't. That'll actually go to the Chargers, even though they had 2 entries. And the Chargers will overtake the Rams in the 1st place. The Colts didn't really have anything notable in the 1st round, but them in the 2nd round, they have made a pretty... Oh, and they'll win Ohio. Yeah, they've been making some pretty good moves in this 2nd round. The 1st round, they got in 3rd place, and they really didn't do much. They're kind of like the dark horse in that race. And the Rams will win Alabama, getting 9 more points. I'm pretty sure that puts them over the Chargers. And they will be by 5 points, so they'll be ahead of the Chargers, taking 1st place back. These teams have gone back and forth. And the Cardinals, by a very close margin, will take the state of Maine at large. Now we go to the 1st district of Maine, which only has 1 point, but I mean, the way these battles have been going, it could be very crucial. And the Cardinals, I can't even see that color difference, they will be getting another district, and the 2nd district is up of Maine, and it will be going to the Jaguars, who really need to extend their lead if they want to advance. Currently, the Jaguars have a 16-point lead over the Bucks for 4th place, and the Colts will win New Hampshire, and they are over the Jaguars by 1 point, but that will be extended now that they've won New Hampshire. And the Falcons are currently in last place with 11 votes. Can they win Vermont? And they almost did, but no, that will be going to the Cardinals, who will be winning Vermont and getting 3 votes. That'll put them at 23, almost passing the 49ers. Can they do it here? No, it'll be the Chargers, who I think now can pass the Rams for 1st place. And I think they do. Yeah, they do. Now they have 90 points. Now Rhode Island is up next, and they'll win Rhode Island. The Chargers are aiming to get 100 points. I don't know if they'll be able to do it, considering how many states we have left. But I mean, the states that are left have huge totals of electoral votes. And the Falcons will win Connecticut. They haven't won a state since forever. I don't even know what their last state was. I think it was South Dakota. New York is up next. A huge pot right here. And the 49ers will win New York. I think that might put them into the top. Yep, it does. It puts them in the top 4. The Jaguars have been kicked out. New Jersey is up, and it'll be going to the Buccaneers. Sorry for the recent audio issues that we've been facing, but I don't think they'll happen anymore. We spin for Pennsylvania, which has 19 votes, and the Cardinals will be winning Pennsylvania. So they'll move up to, I think, 42 points here, and they'll be outside the top 4, but they'll be really close to it. Delaware only has 3 points, which isn't much, but for teams like the Chargers, they really need to get away from the Rams if they want to win this one. The Chargers are trying to go on a roll here. I'm pretty sure they'd be thrilled to be one of the 7 winners in this tournament. We do spin for Maryland, which has 10 electoral votes, and the 49ers will win the state of Maryland. With that win right there, I'm pretty sure the Chargers are safe from elimination, like officially safe. The capital of the United States will be won by, that's close, it will be won by the Falcons. And the Falcons, not only will they win the capital of the U.S., but they'll actually get points. They'll have 21 points now. It may be too little too late now, but we'll have to find out because so many states with good electoral votes are still left. West Virginia is not one of those because they only have 4. But they will win West Virginia, the Buccaneers. And Virginia has 13. This could go to anybody. And the Rams will be the winner of that. Have they passed the Chargers is the question we need to know. Yes and no, they are tied. And North Carolina could decide who wins that if one of them wins that. No, it'll be the Colts. The Colts, I think, have, well, I don't know if they clinched, but they are so close to actually clinching the 4th spot. South Carolina is up, and it'll go to the Chargers, who will beat the Rams. And not officially, the Rams could come back, but right now they do hold the lead. Now, Georgia's up next, the Falcons' home state. They'll have 2 entries in it, and they really need this one. And they won't get it. It'll be the 49ers who really needed this one, because right now they only have 63 points. That puts them past the Colts. We've been having major audio issues this episode, but at least it haven't been as bad as the Falcons' performance in this episode. So the Rams, the Chargers, and the 49ers are all safe. After the 49ers won Georgia, the Colts are the only ones that can be eliminated. The Cardinals, Buccaneers, and Jaguars are the only ones that can pass them, as the Falcons are now eliminated officially. Florida has 30 votes, so 4 teams are fighting for 1 spot. Who will it go to? The Buccaneers and Jaguars' home state. And it will be, that's close. It'll be the Jaguars. The Jaguars pass the Colts on the last spin, and they will go to the finals. Now, that is every single state, so that means that we have our top 4. The Chargers, the Rams, the 49ers, and the Jacksonville Jaguars, whose home state they won, will be advancing in the next round. Sorry, Falcons, you're gone. The Cardinals, the Buccaneers, and the Colts will also be eliminated along with them. That was easily one of the best episodes we've had this tournament. And the audio issues may have been bad, but the Chargers and the Rams did super good in this episode. Now let's go to our end of the game stats. So this is the team order for the West and the South. The Chargers, Rams, 49ers, Jaguars, Colts, Buccaneers, Cardinals, Falcons in that order. The top 4 will advance, the bottom 4 will not. The Chargers led with 106 points. The Falcons were in last with 21 points. The Chargers won California. Shocker. The second place Rams got the second biggest state, Texas. Oregon for the Falcons was not a good one. That being their biggest state is very disappointing. Everyone had a good point differential, way better than last round. For the eliminated team stats, the Colts, Buccaneers, Cardinals, Lions, Steelers, Packers, Falcons, and Browns were all eliminated. The Colts had 69 points and still managed to be eliminated. That must be heartbreaking for them. The Browns only having 8 points. Wow. The point differential for the first match was pretty terrible. Over 100 for all the 4 teams. Under 100 for this round. The biggest state, Pennsylvania, went to the Cardinals. That was pretty decent in the match placing. Obviously, the second game did way better than the first game. The Cardinals actually won their home state, the only eliminated team to do so, and the Colts had the most districts out of everybody else. Here are all the advancing teams. The Patriots, Eagles, Chargers, Rams, Dolphins, 49ers, Bills, and Jaguars all advanced. The Patriots had 160 points. The Jaguars barely snuck in with 76. The tiebreaker between the 49ers and Bills was separated by the point differential, and the Eagles, even though they had a worse point differential and didn't win their match, still are ahead of the Chargers because they have more points. Now, both winners won California, which is pretty expected for winners, and then the bottom 2 actually won Florida. That's a coincidence. So, those are the placing there. The Chargers and the Jaguars both won their home states, and the Eagles had the most districts out of everybody. Now we will see all these teams in the finals, so these standings don't really even matter. We started with 32 teams, and we're ending it with 1. who will win in the final. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please make sure to check out my other NFL election videos so you are all prepared for the final and can see how every single team did. Now that concludes round 2. We will have the finals probably very soon. See you guys next time. Bye.